Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi, Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. Well, it's a day we've all been waiting for, some of us with bated breath. Yes, it's the day that Mercury, planet of communication, finally turns direct at 16 degrees of the highly emotional water sign of Cancer, and it can't happen soon enough. Believe me, this has been one of the tougher Mercury retrogrades of my life, and I'm sure for yours as well. But there is more than that being good news today. Let me explain. The sun today is at 0, moving to 1 degree of grand and glorious fire sign Leo, always in the gold when a planet is in the sun-ruled fire sign of Leo. Now, the moon for most of the day is moving through the latter degrees of deep, dark, emotionally intense water sign Scorpio, so we're here in the black and gold, for the combination of the sun in Leo and the moon in Scorpio. And in fact, the moon is in a hard squared 90-degree angle to Chiron, called the wounded healer, today, although that occurs early in the day at 8:36 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:36 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:36 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The sun at 0 of Leo at that point, before it moves to 1 degree later in the day, and Chiron at 0 degrees of Taurus. Now, Sun square Taurus, Sun square Chiron in Taurus basically means we're working on healing today. Healing maybe from all that stuff that came up during Mercury retrograde, but also just general healing. And Taurus is very physical, so you might have something wrong with you physically that needs a little bit of attention today. So that's the general energy. Let's try to put it all back together again today. Now, the moon is void, of course, until it enters into Sagittarius later in the day. Meanwhile, Mercury finally turns direct, stationary direct at 16 degrees of Cancer at 3:56 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 11:56 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So for most of the day, it is still stationary retrograde, and it finally turns direct at that hour. And then the void, of course, moon is over as the moon enters into adventurous and truth-seeking and fun-loving fire sign Sagittarius. So yesterday we had sun in Cancer and moon in Scorpio, making both sun and moon in water signs. Today, later in the day, we have them both in fire signs, which is a whole lot more buoyant and active and fun-loving, and we all need fun right about now. The moon moves into Sagittarius at 6:07 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 2:07 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Then in the evening, the moon at 0 degrees of Sadge makes an awkward inconjunct at 150-degree adapt, adjust, accommodate angle to Chiron at 0 degrees of Taurus, which basically means stuff may still come up, but you're going to work with it. It's okay. 7:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when that's exact. 10:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 3:45 a.m. tomorrow, Greenwich Mean Time. And we finally get to the best news of the day, other than Mercury turning direct, which is that the moon in the evening at 1 degree of Sagittarius makes a harmonious flowing trine to the sun at 1 degree of Leo, and this is primo energy. This is like, go out for the evening, do something fun kind of energy. 8:43 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:43 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:43 a.m. tomorrow, Greenwich Mean Time is when that's exact. So quite a day today. Enjoy it. Mercury retrograde is over. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website. Please do. starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy today, no matter what. I'm sure I will.